Hey everybody, welcome to I Need a Contractor Facebook page. My name is Alex. This is Derek. We are the admins that kind of run this page. Just wanted to take a second to kind of lay some groundwork for any type of consumer who is looking on this page, looking for a product or service. So one of the things Derek and I are both passionate about are making sure consumers are finding great businesses who do quality work. And we wanted to have this page be different than other pages that might be out there on the Facebook community. So Derek, can you tell me a little bit about what we've seen in other pages and why we are wanting to be a little bit different?
Yeah, so the biggest part of contractors in general is there's certain fields, certain types of different kinds of contracting. So HVAC, electrical, plumbing, roofing, all the way down to remodeling, basements, pole barns, all that kind of stuff as well, pools, those kind of situations. And certain trades require certain licenses. Other trades do not require certain licenses. So then you rely on word of mouth, or i.e. Facebook or a Facebook page or a Facebook group. When you're dealing with those kind of situations, you're also dealing with a marketing strategy from a lot of different opportunities that people can jump into. Friends and family recommend their own friends and family. Somebody's getting a hookup deal because they recommend you on Facebook 55 times a day, whatever it is. So there's a stopping point as a consumer that you need to do. Whatever Facebook page you're on, and what we've seen on other Facebook pages is that we see these recommendations happen. The work gets completed. It is not satisfied. It is not done to par. It doesn't pass inspection. They don't have licenses. They don't have certificates of insurance. They're not registered contractors in that village or town or municipality that they're in. And the only thing it hurts is the consumer, you as the customer. So we want to protect that as best that we can. So our page in general, we cannot verify if they have licenses or if they have certificate of insurance or they're registered to even do the work, or being able to sign off that the work is done. We've seen their work before in the past, because we haven't. So there's a step that you need to do as a customer or a consumer, is your own research. Google reviews, Yelp reviews, jumping onto the municipality websites as well to find out if they're registered, going to the Better Business Bureau and checking Better Business Bureau to make sure that they are in a good standings with that as well, checking with other friends and family. So all of that as a collective, right, will make you trust this person that's coming in here. Now, what we've seen on pages is that these admins stick behind whoever is their friends. And then the friends happen to have bad work done, and then the person kicks out the customer, and the customer's voice is now not heard. That contractor is now protected by the page guru as well, and that's it. Alex and I both own small businesses, and if our business was put on there in a negative light because of something that we did, I would allow it. I would be transparent about it. I will have a conversation with a client and try to get restitution from it on both my end and their end, depending on the situation. That's why this page is different. We're not going to stop reviews. We're not going to let people's voices, contractors or customers' voices be heard. And at the bigger part of it, the only thing we're going to really kind of pay attention to is that it's kept professional. Okay, we're a professional atmosphere. There's no need for swearing or lies or any kind of slander or harassment talk. We will remove that off the page right away. And that's really to protect the consumer and protect the business. And at the end of the day, I want to make sure that your voice is heard on a professional level and that other consumers can know your experience with that in a safe space, knowing that there's no, people on the backside with hidden intentions on it as well. The page is just, for fun, to find really good contractors. Alex and I strive every day, and we work with a lot of great contractors as well that are really exceptional at what they do. We want to create a page that kind of emphasizes that as well.
So here are some of the things that I would recommend you guys knowing before you choose somebody on this page or any other page on Facebook. One, understand that at the end of the day, it is always consumer buyer beware. You have to make sure that you're doing your due diligence, as Derek was saying. So one of the first things you want to do is make sure that if they have a professional business, that they are licensed, whether it's a professional license that's required by the state, or at the very least that they are a registered business with the state of Illinois or Wisconsin or wherever you guys are trying to get their business from. So make sure that they have registered. You can go on CyberDrive's website on Illinois government pages. Just Google CyberDrive business search. Make sure they are a licensed registered business with the state of Illinois. That's one way. That separates from people that are legitimate companies versus non-legitimate companies is that they're registered. The next thing is make sure that they have proof of insurance, liability insurance, workers' comp insurance if required, or any type of other professional insurance that is needed when you are looking for a product or service. There's a big difference between people who are registered businesses, who have license and insurance set up, and the people that don't. Usually we find the most people who were scammed are people who are doing the cheapest price and are not a registered business and do not have insurance that you can verify. But we'll take that step even a step further. The next thing you want to do is if you get a piece of paper that has the insurance, you call the agent on the list on the piece of paper. Make sure that their insurance is up to date, that it is verifiable, that they are paying their insurance and it's not expired. So there is a huge aspect of that we've seen over the course of many years of people getting scammed. We want to make sure that you guys are not having that. Derek, do you have anything else that you'd want to say?
No, I mean, you hit it on the point too, is just verifying. You want to verify. I mean, you want to trust your contractor, right? But trust is both ways, and trust is something that's earned, not just given. So you want to make sure you make that phone call so that you can trust that contractor in there. If they're the cheapest price out there, there's a reason they're the cheapest price. And a lot of the times it's because they are not doing quality work. So just pay attention to that. Every single time I see any kind of contractor page in general with a customer who's upset with work that's done because of pricing and because of quality of work, they usually are the cheapest bidder on there that has won the contract. And the more experienced vetted person is a little bit more expensive, if not more expensive, lost the bid. But now you have a mess that you have to deal with because now it's double the work and a lot more money to go through. The other part of that too, when you're dealing with the cheapest contractors, these guys don't have a lot of revenue set aside for issues where they have to pay somebody something. They're usually paycheck to paycheck. And that means for you as a consumer that if something goes wrong and you go to sue that person, well, if they don't have any money, they're not going to be able to pay that. So you are literally going to be out money across the board, every single shape and way. And really, it just comes down to, I want to make sure you guys are protected as consumers. That's it.
So we want to make sure that you guys, like I said, protected as consumers. Most legitimate companies that do quality work will have a license, will be registered with the state, will have insurance that you can verify and ask for, and then call that agent that's on the piece of paper to make sure that that's verified. Even with that being said, you do everything you possibly can to find the great people that have all those ducks in a row. We will eventually find contractors who don't live up to your expectations, or they may not do the greatest work. Feel free to write any type of review about positively or negatively about any business that you have chosen from this page. However, be professional yourself. We understand it's an emotional thing, but we want to make sure that a fair and equitable review is for both businesses. We will delete, as we said earlier, we will delete something that's going to be slanderous to either a person or a business that says things that we feel is out of line than just the typical review. So welcome to our page. We hope everything is, you guys find great contractors, but more importantly, please go through the steps to find legitimate, excellent contractors.
And I'm going to end this one thing, Alex, here. If you have a good contractor, please review them. Tell them about their work, how happy you are. Tell them about the communication. Show pictures of the work. You should be just as proud of the work that the contractor did as the contractor that did it itself. Because at the end of the day, contractors get warm and fuzzy feelings when they see their products out plastered across Facebook in a positive light. If they do good work, it helps them keep their business going, especially for small businesses. We rely on that kind of stuff. Word of mouth is key, and it really does impact businesses in a positive way.
Awesome. Have a great day, guys.
Welcome.